Make sure you have your mask on. We're going to start with opening remarks first.
All right, guys. Obviously, I'll answer any questions you guys have about our signing of. I'll answer questions about the practice, the game, or any questions, obviously, about the signing of Cam afterwards. I thought I'd open with a statement. You know, I came in on Monday after learning the extent of Sam's injury. Got together with Scott and everybody else, and just looking at options as we move forward. Knew that PJ would be the starting quarterback this week. Obviously signed Matt Barkley, as I talked to you guys about yesterday, is a guy that we've kind of pinpointed for a while, someone we think can come in here and do an excellent job as a veteran player. And after we talked and deliberated, I went to my office, got on the phone, and I called Cam on Monday night. Asked him if he'd have any interest in coming back to the Carolina Panthers. He emphatically said yes. So he and I had a good conversation. We decided to let his representatives and Scott and our people here start to work out a deal. This morning, Cam flew here, met with David Tepper and Scott Fitterer. I wasn't at that conversation. I was getting ready for the game. It sounds like they had a good conversation. Cam is now getting his physical. So they agreed to terms. He's getting his physical. I have no, obviously, update on that. And we'll move forward from there. As we sit here today, Sam's preparing to go on IR. His job right now is to get himself healthy. PJ's job right now is to go be the starting quarterback this week and work to play our best game against the Arizona Cardinals. Matt Barkley's job is to be the backup and help us with that. And Cam needs to get here and he needs to learn the offense, get settled in, learn our verbiage, and we need to see where he's at physically. So I won't have many hypotheticals. I won't have many long range. This is where I think it'll be. I haven't even had a chance to see Cam yet, but our conversation there was good, and look forward to getting him here. So with that, I'm sure you guys do have questions.
So Matt, pretty safe to say that he would not play Sunday.
I don't ever rule anything out, but we just had our Thursday practice. He wasn't involved with that, so I think with any veteran player, they can learn things quickly. But so we're not ruling anything out, but that's not really kind of where we're looking right now.
Is Cam expected to be the starter going forward? And the reason I ask that is because he's going to make in one game what PJ will make for the whole year with his contract. So
that's just pro football, though. I mean, it's just as an aside, like it's a fascinating sport. Like you can have a left tackle and a right tackle, and one's making $660,000 and one's making $6 million, and they're both doing the same job. It doesn't happen anywhere else. It doesn't happen anywhere else in the world where two people do the same exact job for 200% of what this guy makes. So PJ's job is just to go be the quarterback. Again, I can't do hypotheticals. Obviously, we brought Cam here because of who he is as a quarterback, and we brought him here to play. But we're not looking into the future. We just got to get him here, get him physical, start teaching him what we do, and at the end of the day, when I talked to Cam, he told me he's healthy and feels great, as healthy as he's been. So a healthy Cam Newton's a special player. So we'll just take it day by day.
Mike, in your Monday conversation, was there any kind of degree of, I don't want to say clear the air, but I mean, you had to release him when you got here, and kind of feeling out what his feelings were toward you and toward Dave and anyone else?
Yeah, I won't go into specifics with our conversations, but Cam Newton's is a pro, and Cam, we made a football decision at the time based on his health. Really, you can't really speak a lot unless you have, but we weren't sure what his health was. We had to make kind of a decision at the time, and Cam understands that. I mean, he understands that these are football decisions and football-based, evaluations that you have to make. So there wasn't a lot of, there wasn't anything but an amicable conversation. I mean, at the end of the day, Cam and I did spend 2 months together. He was here in rehab and treatment trying to get his shoulder right. I did see him several days a week, so did have a good feel for who he is. And I know that he's a competitor. And I know, besides his talent, I know that he's a competitor. I know that he's tough. I know that he's everything that I believe in and talk about. He is. But, at the time we weren't sure if he's healthy. Well, he's healthy now. And you see that he's healthy now. And as he said to me, probably just not playing yet this season, he's as healthy as he possibly could be. So it was good. At the end of the day, I think anytime you look back on things, you always say, I wish I'd have done this a little differently. I think everyone had that. But there was nothing but good feelings in that conversation. And I'll say, you know, obviously Cam, I don't want to speak for him, but obviously he loves Charlotte. He loves the Carolina Panthers, and he made that very clear to me. So this is a fitting story.
Why did you ultimately decide, you know, I want to contact Cam Newton?
I'm sorry?
Why did you ultimately decide I want to contact Cam Newton? Well, you know, he was the best. You think he's the best fit. Why did you think that at the time?
Why do I think Cam's the best? Yeah, because we lost our starting quarterback, and we need a starting quarterback. And PJ's in that role right now, and that doesn't mean he'll lose that role. Just, you know, we need as many good players as possible. And so you have a guy with Cam's ability level sitting out there. You know, you have an open opportunity. You know, we have a team that we feel like can win. You know, I told you guys we're the second-ranked defense. We haven't put it all together yet. Christian's back. So things are starting to hopefully come into place, and you know, we owe it to our players to try to go win. We owe it to our fans to try to go win. So just like we brought in Stephon Gilmore, when we brought in Stephon Gilmore, it wasn't a slight on any other corner. You know, we're bringing in Cam now. I mean, he's the former MVP, and so to have a guy like that have a chance to come in, you know, to me, it's just a no-brainer.
I know you're a guy who, you know, listens to his leaders or takes, you know, what they say. Did any leaders say, who insisted maybe we should take a look at Cam at all?
The team?
Yes.
No, I didn't talk to any players about this.
Okay.
Matt, what can Cam still give you in the throw game at this point in his career, and how does he help you guys still try to run the football as much as he wants to?
I think, you know, it's hard to say right now without working with him, but I went back and watched him in the preseason. I went back and watched him play last year, and you know, coming off that shoulder injury, he threw the ball well last year. Tremendous pocket presence, can move the ball with his feet. But again, you see a guy that's making big time throws in crucial situations. I watched the Seattle game where he brings him back from behind. I watched him in the Eagles game this year. I mean, Cam's an excellent player, and I think he's got a lot of football left. So, you know, what exactly it looks like for us yet, I mean, again, I'd like to at least see him first, you know, practice with him first in terms of how we'll utilize him. And, you know, Joe will do a great job of, I'm sure, of putting him in the right spots. But, you know, I think when you watch the tape, you see a lot of really nice football plays that he made last year and made this preseason.
Have you met with the team, and if so, what was said and what was the vibe among them?
Yeah, I don't, when we sign someone, I don't have a big thing about it. Like, you know, Cam coming here to me is the same as Stephon coming here, the same as CJ coming here, you know. Most of the guys know, the minute one of you guys post it, they know before I even had a chance to talk to anybody. So I tried to get to the quarterbacks because I wanted to make sure I told the quarterbacks. And unfortunately, it kind of got out before I had a chance to talk to them. But that is what it is, right? Guys get it, you know, guys, you know, they all understand this. So, you know, a lot of guys are friendly with Cam. A lot of guys grew up, you know, looking up to Cam. So, I mean, I don't think there's a guy on this team that's not excited about. Anytime we add a player, guys are excited if it has a chance to help us. And obviously, everyone knows that Cam can help us.
Matt, you said that your job is to win, and you want to win now, and down the road, but win now. What about Cam makes you believe with him you can win now?
Oh, I think I've said, you know, I think our team can win now. Like, I think we have a good defense. I think we just haven't been playing at the level we want on offense. Special teams have improved. Our kickers improved. You know, you look at all these things, and, you know, I thought in the Atlanta game we looked like a good team. You know, we're still 2-0 in the NFC South, whether people write us off or not. I mean, you know, I'll say it again, there's 4 teams that are leading the division in the NFC. There's one team, the LA Rams, that are clearly, you know, 7 wins, and then everyone else is about like us, you know, 5 wins, 4 wins, 3 wins. So, you know, we're not out of anything. Now, that being said, I don't think that way too long because we have to start playing better to have a chance to be in it. But, you know, you lose your starting quarterback, you have to go back, you have to look at everything, right? And so to have a defense like this, to have the weapons that we have, we turn over to PJ. We trust him that he's going to go play well. We sign Matt, and then this is just an opportunity to bring in a great player. We have to get him up to speed. I can't say when that'll happen, yeah. When I say, you know, my job's to win, I just, you know, sometimes I think I talk so much about process and building all those things that people aren't like. I'm not saying I'm not trying to win now. I'm just saying I'm not going to sacrifice the future to go, you know, 9-7. You know, I want to build a Super Bowl team, and so that requires disciplined decisions. I think this is a disciplined decision, you know, and you guys kept asking about it yesterday, and I kind of tried in my own way to say, hey, give me a day. I said I'm not letting anything off the table, but I'm glad it worked out.
You said bringing Cam is like bringing Stephon or CJ, but like here I don't think it is. It's for the fan base, And I'm wondering if
Start the question over. I didn't quite hear you. I'm sorry.
you said bringing in Cam is like bringing in Stefan or CJ, but I think in this city, to this fan base, it's much different. And I'm wondering if you're kind of aware of the fan excitement that's surrounding this move and kind of energizing the fan base.
Yeah, absolutely. What my job, what I said was, I don't even know how I said it. Like, to me, when I bring in a player, I'm trying to help the team win, and that's it, right? So I'm bringing Cam here not to energize anyone, though that's great that it does, not to sell season tickets. We're bringing him here to win. And Cam Newton is a winner. I know he can help us win. A healthy Cam Newton is an excellent player, a special player. So I just think, the discipline of it is, like, you don't do things to make people happy, because then you never, then you have old teams with big names, and like, you don't win. Like, the best teams in this league make disciplined decisions. This is a disciplined decision. This isn't like this is an excellent player who's healthy that wants to be here, and I'm excited. So, I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't. Sometimes I say things and I mean them in one intent. Like, I understand. I saw all the fans out there with the #1 jersey coming in from practice. That all that's awesome. But again, I think even Cam would say it to me, like, Cam, I'm sure Cam is not living in what he's done. He's all about what's next and what he wants to do, and that's where I am. That's where this team is. This team wants to win, and this team moving forward wants to win, and they want to win now, and they want to win this year, and they want to win next year, and they want to win. And so this isn't about anything other than winning. And I think that's the only reason why Cam's coming here, because he wants to win. That's why I'm bringing him here, because I want to win. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just kind of how I see it. I'm happy that people are excited. Don't get me wrong, but people. I want to someday have a ticker tape parade here in Charlotte, right? So it hasn't happened yet, and that weighs on my conscience, right? Like, I want to bring a Super Bowl to the city, and so every step we make, it's, hey, can this help us get to the playoffs? Hey, can this help us win? Hey, because if we get to the playoffs, you never know what happens, right? You always have a chance. So, I'm not saying we're going to the playoffs. I'm not making any predictions. I'm not talking hypotheticals, but this is the most disciplined move right now to give us a chance to win. And, PJ has to go help us win this week, and PJ has to help us win the following weeks. I can't say anything about the future, what's happening or how it'll go down, but that's why we made the decision.
You said a few minutes ago, as you were describing the call, there are some things you wish you would have done differently. What, if anything?
Yeah, what I said was in anything. I said, I'm sure in anything there's things we all would like to do differently. I have nothing to say about that right now. Just obviously, anytime a great player leaves an organization, it's really hard, right? And so, if this was now, right, and one of our players leaves an organization, I have a relationship with them. It's easy for me to sit down and visit with them. This was a unique time and unique timing and all that. We did at the time what we thought was in the best interest of the Carolina Panthers. I think, Cam went to New England. I'm sure he is much better for having been there, and now he has a chance to come back here. To me, this is all a journey that's coming to a fitting end. So, I don't live with a lot of hindsight. I don't look backwards. When you talk to someone, if they have any feelings, you listen to them. Cam was talking about the future. Cam wasn't talking about the past. And I'm talking about the future. I'm not talking about the past. So, I'm ready to go.
Go ahead.
I guess you don't want to talk about speculation in the future, but I mean, beyond this week, would it be fair to say that he will have a chance to compete for a starting job?
You guys know my answer. Of course. I mean, everyone's going to compete. You guys know me well enough. I mean, just not speculating beyond that. I'm just, I'm just not doing it. So he's here to compete to play. I don't bring anyone here not to play, and it's going to take all the guys on the team. So it's going to take everybody. So, nothing more than that. I just want to get him here. We'll go step by step.
After your Monday conversation, did you kind of turn it over to Dave and Scott, or were you called back in at any other point, and kind of how did it progress?
Yeah, Scott and I do pretty much everything together, right? I mean, I don't get into the minutia of this contract, that contract. That's, it's not good for the team for me to be involved in money, right? Because then if someone doesn't like something, they're walking around. I'm the coach. Obviously, Scott and I talk. So once it was done, I turned it over to Scott to deal with Cam's agents and then Samir and from there. So Scott and Samir took over from there, and obviously with any decision this big, Dave leaves the football to us. He's a great owner. Sometimes I think that you guys don't necessarily believe that, but Dave leaves the football to us with a big issue like this. Obviously we consult him, and he has amazing perspective, and I can't think of anyone I'd want to talk money with more than Dave, or process more than with Dave Tepper. So he's a functional part of everything that we do, but he trusts us to make decisions, and Scott executed the rest of it.
Did you have another conversation with Cam
No.
last night, this morning?
Yeah, after it was done this morning, I was in the practice fields right before practice. They called, and he and I talked about when he got over here, if he was going to come back, he was going to come up and see me. So I talked to him Monday night. This is what now? Monday night? This is
Thursday.
This is now Thursday, so it feels like maybe was it Monday night? Steve? I'm sorry, guys. The week goes fast, but you understand what I'm saying. The first night I called him, and got it done today.
Will he practice tomorrow?
Yeah, I hope so. Fridays for us is a walkthrough, so I'm hoping we can get him, if when the physical goes well and all that minutia's done, get him upstairs and get started. Even if it's not for this week, getting him ready for the future. Just say this is there's a lot to learn quickly for a quarterback, but Cam's really smart. He can just translate. Most guys that come from another team, they just translate. Oh, this is this, this is this. So it should go pretty quickly.
What would you say your level of urgency was in contacting Cam Newton? What was your reaction after you got that emphatic yes or that he wanted to come back?
We say level of urgency. I've just, we run down a lot of things. Anytime there's an issue, wanted to add a quarterback with the injury. So, just said, hey, this seems like the right decision to do. Have a conversation. And when he did it, I was excited. I mean, he's a great player. So, and he was here before. And I like being around him. So, excited to have him back, and excited when he said he was healthy.
What's the one thing you've seen since this happened to make you realize how much this means to Charlotte?
I'm not in a position to answer that. I think, I think when I go around the city of Charlotte, I think I've talked before about Luke, Cam, Greg, all the great players that have been here, Julius. I think you have a real feel for how much they love their players that have been through here. So, at the end of the day, I think the best thing for, I know it's hard, but I think the best thing for Cam and for me and for all of us is if you live in the past, you die in the present. This is about Cam moving forward. It's about us moving forward, because that's what Cam wants. That's not Matt Rhule saying that, because some of you guys say, hey, Coach, you said afterwards that you said to flip. No, that's what Cam has said to me in the past. This is about his next chapter. And, I think Cam has good football left, a lot of good football left. So, that's why we made the decision. But I'm sure it means he'll drive. Like I said, driving up here and seeing people in his jersey, I think that means a lot. I know Cam Newton, he's the ultimate competitor, and he's going to want to go out and play at a high level.
Hey, hold on. We're going to do Steve, we're going to do Brett, and then that's it. Hey, and it was Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, I'm sorry, guys. So Tuesday night.
Just a couple quick questions. Is he here in the building, and has he taken his physical yet?
Yeah, he's at the physical right now.
Is that the physical?
Yeah.
But he hasn't been here yet?
I have not seen him. I don't know what they do for the physicals. I've been on the practice field. He was at Dave's house. He came, as I said, he's doing the physical now, and he should be over here. I think maybe he came here. Did he come here earlier? He came here earlier to get started on the physicals, and so.
And Matt, so you just talked about you think he's got some good football left in him. There's been at least 7 other teams in the NFL that have had their backups have to play multiple games without signing Cam Newton. He just sat unsigned. What did you see in him that maybe others didn't, or what did you see in him that said, I still think he's got football left in him?
The tape. I went back and watched the film.
Was there anything specific that stood out?
The tape. He played really well on tape. He willed them to 6 wins coming off the surgery. We talked to some people that coached him in New England. They felt like he had a lot of football left. When I say football, I'm talking about good football. I think I say get twisted, like really good football left. So, so I think just watching the tape, going back watching the preseason, sometimes you just need a chance to get healthy, and so he had a chance to get healthy and truly get healthy. So excited to see what he does.
Do you have one more, Joe? Everybody good? All right, thank you, Coach.
There's no court. Anybody anything on the football or game or anything?
Yeah, I was going to ask, just football-wise, are you excited to see what Joe might do with the Cam package and how his offense might change to fit around Cam's skill set?
Yeah, I think Joe's really creative. I think we've done some creative things, and it just hasn't always come to full fruition. Even last game we had DJ and the Wildcat. We had some other things planned we never got to. So, I'm excited to see PJ let it rip this week, because as a coordinator, you have to change what you're doing to have PJ go be the quarterback, and then if and when Cam's ready, I'm anxious to see what he does there. But Joe's an excellent coordinator. I know the results aren't right now where we want them to be, where Joe wants them to be, but that doesn't mean he's not doing a good job, and that's hard in today's world. But a lot of football left, so I'm anxious to see, let Joe show what he can do.
But
Good.
Brian Burns.
Burns was he was limited today.
Perfect around, he just didn't do a lot, just making sure he take care of it.
Thank you.
Coach.